Thank you for the fruit snacks. You know what we should do? We should start eating snacks on the show. Because movies. Yeah, that would make sense. Movies and snacks. Okay. So in the next episode, we're going to bring snacks.
For sure. I love snacks. I'm a snacking ass nigga. So.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do. Snacks. I
like fruit snacks. I think it's because I'm childish.
For sure. It's definitely I feel like
this a kitty ass snack. Like this some shit that you buy for your kids and then you get high and then you eat all their fruit snacks.
Good thing I don't have any kids.
Right.
I just eat the fruit snacks.
Yeah, but I feel like if you was dating a female that had kids, you'll be fucking up their snacks.
Hate me. Fuck you talking about?
Mommy, where's my fruit snacks? What you mean? I bought some.
Nah.
All fruit snacks gone.
Yeah, gotta murk them.
So, welcome to another episode of Skinemax. It's your girl, Jody Provocative, and I'm joined by
Precious.
And we're going to get right into it. So, today we talking about the best man. And what's interesting for me about the best man is that we don't actually see any real-time sex scenes. It's all
facts.
Everything is damn near flashback. It's super nostalgic.
Yeah.
The whole damn movie is sexual nostalgia.
Yeah.
But it's so many, it's so much sexual tension. It's so many sexual undertones. And what's crazy is I feel like, because this came out in 1999. So I was 9 years old. I was 8, 9 when this damn movie came out. And I felt like this movie was about sex. There's only one fucking sex scene, and it's not even a current sex scene. We don't, and it was graphic. It
was a good scene.
It was a good sex scene. It was a real good sex scene. But also, and we'll get into that, that sex scene that we see is just the imaginatory aspect of what, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know if it actually went down like that.
Check me out though. As I was watching it, I was like, either my boy Lance Morris Chestnut, he has an amazing imagination.
First of all, what's with the niggas in the 90s being named Lance? Because we gonna eventually talk about Players Club, and that nigga named Lance too. What's with Ebony and these niggas named Lance?
Hey, she bitch love a Lance. Fuck is you talking about? But I also love the Harper, because the way my boy imagined seeing it was the sheet bite for me.
It was the sheet.
The motherfuckers damn near nailing this lady to the cross. And she was all
and she was holier than thou and shit. She loved being nailed to the cross. She thought she was Jesus.
For sure. For sure. I feel like that. And I'm going to ask you this on a personal whatever. What is it about the forbidden sex? Because I feel like that was forbidden sex. And understanding how that shit, so why that shit just hit so different.
Y'all, he asking me this because he know that's my jam.
On me, what's to it?
Forbidden sex hit different. You know how it's like a meme that every so often floats around on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and it says which is the best type of sex? I miss you sex, makeup sex, we not supposed to be doing this sex, or in love sex. 9 times out of 10 that we not supposed to be doing this, that shit hit different. It hit so fucking different because 9 out of 10, we can't speak about this shit ever. And we can't do this shit again, more than likely. More often than not, it's shit,
it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Sex within itself is already, naughty and taboo. And we, oh my God, no. Have sex within these types of parameters. But it's to take a step and do something where it's I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. That rush that you get, that adrenaline rush. Think about people that's kleptomaniacs and shit like that. It's just oh, I'm finna steal this. I don't even need this shit, but I'm finna do it anyway because of the rush to oh, I just did something bad and I didn't get caught for it. So, because here's the thing. If a motherfucker did something and they knew I'm guaranteed to get caught, would they still do it? No. more than likely not. It's the fact that like I could possibly do this and get away with it. That heightens the experience. I've definitely I fell victim to
or victimized. What are you talking about?
I may or may not have played either the what do you call the opposite of the you got the victim and you got the what?
That was gonna sound wild. I was gonna say predator, nigga. Like, the fuck?
Oh my god! But like the victim or is it victy? The victor. The victor.
The victim and the victor.
I've played both sides of that. It's been something about, like, for example, I was like 19, 20, and it was this guy that was like, I hate Scorpios. I don't like Scorpios. And I was like, okay. Challenge. Like, that's exactly, like, in my head, I'm like, I made that nigga fall in love with me. And I had no intentions on being with him. I don't know why, and that's some psychotic ass, like, and it's like, I'm intention, like, very mental manipulation. And I was like, yeah, you hate, yeah, I'm gonna make sure you, like, bite those words. And yeah, it's something about a nigga that, like, I don't know, like, oh, you thought.
and that's so check me out. Getting back to the movie, one of the things that I didn't fuck with about the sex, going back to like it's always
keep
that
in mind
sex.
The fact that this is crazy because again we don't actually see sex happen in the movie at all. Like even when he was about to get some, his ass got his ass beat, so he got none.
Facts.
And we will say it did technically, like in the beginning, we are made to assume that he had sex with Robin before they got in the tub with the rose petals or whatever. Facts. Now, again, watching this in my younger years, I'm like, oh, rose petals in the tub. Now, these 33 years of fucking age, they over romanticize the fuck out of that. Like, ain't nobody doing that shit. And what we know to be true, like I think about rose petals and the romance and shit like that. That's for the woman. That has nothing to do with the man. He don't give a damn about these rose petals.
How about this aesthetic?
He don't care about this shit. He
about the pussy to the party.
Yeah, like he don't care about this. And who's doing that after sex? Who's doing that after sex? Because again, like, and this is how I know, like, again, we're made to assume that they had sex already, and then they got in the tub with a bunch of rose petals and just sat there and talked. That's not really how sex goes.
Facts.
And I don't know, like, I've never been in a situation where the natural trajectory would be, all right, we just fuck the shit out of each other. Now let's go lay in a tub of rose petals and talk about the fucking, like, no, like, that's just not what it is. So I definitely feel like first of all, movies from the 90s is the reason why we over romanticize everything associated with relationships, love, and all of that shit. But we over romanticize the toxicity of shit, right? Because even when they sitting there in the tub, right? And we get she says like, oh, I could be like this with you forever. And he's instantly like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So a common theme that I feel like we see throughout the 90s is the woman that wants to commit and the man that doesn't. And that's damn near in every movie, every black film when it comes to love. It's like the woman is chasing the man and the man like, commitment, no. Like, holy water, like fucking garlic. Like, like trying to avoid commitment. And we have even romanticized that. Because we think we could change a motherfucker. Like, oh no, just be nothing worth having is, you know, like you have to fight for what you love and blah blah blah.
Don't fight it.
Man, look.
Don't fight
if y'all don't start leaving these motherfuckers. So yeah, I definitely felt like that was over romanticized. But I mean, all right, let's get back to like first of all, we gotta, the basic plot of the movie, right? Because we cannot assume that everybody has seen The Best Man.
Facts.
Right? So just a quick little plot. The best man basically is this guy who is the best man for his best friend's wedding. And it's a group of like lifelong friends, right? Nice. Because they were friends throughout college, and then now I'm assuming they're in like their mid-20s. I feel like they have to be in their mid-20s, and let me tell you why it has to be that way. I don't know, maybe Google and see if, they'll tell you how old they are. But based on the context clues in the movie, I'm assuming they're in their mid-20s. And here are the couple indicators that I have drawn to that. One, when Harper comes to the radio station or the TV station where Jordan works, he says she's running this place already, which implies that she's younger in her field, but she's already calling shots. But she's not that advanced in her field for her to be where, like where her career could, like has the potential to go. So I'm like, okay, mid-20s for sure. So I'm thinking like maybe they've been out of college, maybe 4 years, which will put them at like 25, 26. That's kind of how I'm like, okay, that's probably around how old they are. So they not actually that old.
Yeah.
They not that old. That's one.
No age, but I can agree with that.
That's not. And also, again, these are lifelong friends, so they're all around the same age. When Harper, Jordan, Merch, and Lance are all at wherever Quentin is when he's playing the guitar, and Harper is talking to Quentin, he said something, and he's like, "But you're still in school." Which leads me to believe that Quentin is one of those guys where it's like, oh, he might have dropped out, got back in, dropped out, got back in. But it's not to the point where he's like embarrassed to be in school type shit. Like he's like mid-20s is still like, you only a little older than everybody. Yeah. You're not that much older than everybody. Also, I feel like in your mid to late 20s, you are still very much figuring out what the fuck is going on with your life. And I think that's kind of where Quentin is mentally. I feel like often, and because of movies like this, we all grew up feeling like we had to have our whole fucking life figured out by 27. We had to be married with kids and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like times have changed. But yeah, so I think that's where they are. The main characters are Harper, Robin, although it's like, I don't know, like she's there, but she's not really there.
Robin was
his girlfriend. Right. Because she's there in the beginning, she's there at the end. Like the whole middle of the damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't give her main character till later in the series.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I don't want to leave her out, only because we do have to talk about the sex part. So she's important, at least to that respect. Jordan, of course, right? A lot of sexual tension between Jordan and Harper. And then we have Mia and Lance, of course. Lance was doing a lot of fucking. Then you got Mia, the good girl. The good girls never tell. We'll talk about that for sure. Damn. And, then, of course, we have Quentin, who is a womanizer. Yeah. He always talking about, like, I'm a pimp. I be fucking these bitches and throwing them away. They got him a little he light-skinned with hazel ass, like, fucking brown hair ass. Yeah. So, yeah, that's that. Then we got Merch and Shelby, but we not going to get too much into them because... We are gonna talk about. We gonna eventually talk about Shelby, but that's because at the end, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's the gang. They've been friends since college, probably before. We don't know, but they are what you call like lifelong friends. Like they are involved in each other's, lives and businesses, and their family, right? So that's that, and the plot is shit. When your best friend fuck your bitch.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, we talked about the main characters. What do you think their kinks are?
Damn. Let's see.
I'll tell you who I feel like is kinky off bat. Jordan. And I think she's a voyeur.
Mm.
I think Jordan is a voyeur. I think
that was Nia Long's character, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think the fact that she read the book and then she talked to Mia and just the description of, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, her imagination went wild. Mia gave the most innocent, like, she said that what they shared, and because she was like, first of all, when Jordan straight up asked her, like, okay, what the fuck happened? And she was like, Jordan, good girls never tell. And she like, bitch, don't make me hurt you. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck is we talking about? And then she was like, it was what I wanted, what I needed. What we shared was as enduring as a forehead kiss. This bitch compared getting nailed to the cross to a forehead kiss.
Cause that shit, she say that shit was for our soul. You know, a motherfucker kiss you right there, that you be good.
Man, look, that is not the same as getting cracked from the back and you biting the sheets. Talking about a forehead kiss? Yeah, alright.
She said that shit was everything she needed in that moment.
Yeah, like that was insane. That was insane. But yes, I definitely think Jordan is a voyeur because I feel like right after she talked to Mia, she instantly went to Harper and was like, I want to make love to you tonight. That's voyeuristic as fuck. Like, because she's curious. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that with Jordan. And then I feel like Quentin, I could see him being a sadist.
Facts.
I could see him being a sadist. I could see him just like, you know, wanting to bite, scratch, spank. I could see him wanting to do that with women. And who else do I think is kinky?
I feel like my nigga Merch got like a I can't even call it word right now, like a submissive.
He's
like
very much sub.
Yeah,
he very much gives sub. I could see him being like a pet.
Yeah, that's it.
I could see him being a pet. He needs
validation. And
he needs strong. Yeah, and he wants to be like, because even when like he
guided.
First of all, she was like, "Come on, daddy, pump candy,
he said,
pump candy. Do you love me?"
I say,
she's like, "Yeah, daddy, Candy loves it."
I loved her too, though.
Yeah,
I was like, Regina Hall,
oh man, yeah,
shake that ass.
Yeah, like, and what I will say is, it didn't take much to be thick in the 90s. I would be the thick bitch in the 90s. And I'm not thick. Like, I'm like real medium size. Like, I'm small. I'm 5 feet. I'm 130 pounds. Like, I'm very, you know, like, I got a little jiggle to me. So it'd be like, okay, cool. That's a nice little butt. It's some nice titties. Some but I'm not thick. I am not the bitch where it would be like, all right, cool, damn. You see that?
But I feel like
I'm
it
not
wasn't
thick.
even about being, like, I don't even know when thick really got popping.
Because the thickest person in this whole damn movie was the short stripper. The short stripper.
In the black.
Yeah.
In the black. That was
she was the thickest one, and she wasn't thick. She was like my size. She was really like my size. So I'm like, yo, you didn't really have to be thick. You didn't have to be thick at all.
Yeah,
like
that wasn't. I feel like that wasn't the aesthetic of the 90s. The 90s
and they was always
slim,
talking about booties. They was like, oh, look at her booty, look at her booty.
Because booty was always amazing. Like niggas.
But these are little booties. These are definitely little booties. Like
they like
Nia Long has, you know, got some shape to her, but Nia Long, again, she's not overly thick or anything like that. She got thicker with age. But no, she not. There are no thick. Like being thick in the 90s was like.
I don't think the 90s was a thick era.
Yeah, I feel like I was, and I always said growing up that like I wish I was a teenager in the 90s because I would be like, boy,
getting cracked.
I would be the motherfucker that everybody is like, oh man, you saw Jody down the street. Like I would be the girl.
Jody down the street.
I would be the girl next door. I could see myself being the girl next door. I'm cool. I'm not trying to be like overly in people's face. Like I could see myself as the girl next door in a 90s film. Like on some like, oh, this my homie, but I think I like her.
But I think I like her.
No, for real, because that's really was the vibe in the 90s when it comes to all those movies. It was like, damn, she pretty, she cool. I'm trying to see what's to her, but she got some other weird shit going on. Character development, plot shit.
You hear me for sure.
Because it was never that fucking easy to, you know what I'm saying? I could see myself being that girl. I don't see myself being like the hoochie mama.
Oh, for real.
I don't see myself being the hoochie mama. Like, cause here's the thing: as open vocally as I am, I'm still, like a lot of these 90s movies was about teenage, early, 20s type characters. Yeah. I just got like this. Like,
she talking about this just happened.
Yeah, like, I mean, granted, I've always kind of said wild shit, but in terms of like acting on the wild shit, right. I'm only 2-3 years in this shit. Like,
she talking about I'm actually a baby.
I'm actually like,
toddler in this shit.
Yeah, like it's just, I went from like crawling to running. I'm running in this shit. Like I'm in it now. But yeah, oh man. Yeah, that's what I think those kinks are. Those are the people that I could definitely see Merch being like a pet, like a little puppy. I could see him being like a little puppy. So he needs like a stronger, more dominating character for a woman. And here's the thing. We saw his interactions with Shelby. She ran every fucking thing.
On me.
But also, even when he started dealing with Candace, his intrigue, because again, I feel like she still looked at him like a little puppy. Like, oh, look at him, but he's mine. Versus like Shelby was like, sit.
Yeah,
so it's like
sure.
the two different types of, you have
masters.
Exactly, two totally different types of masters. But she was like, oh, come here, you're so cute. Like I get that vibe.
You received that.
Yeah. So two totally different types of masters for sure. So definitely I would the control that Candy can command, and also I'm someone who seduces men. So I definitely know that eye contact, the all that shit. Like that was lit. That was sexy as fuck. I will say that. And she wasn't even doing much.
Would you call or think Harper had maybe like in his case, I guess it would be like a prey type king, in the sense that he kept, I feel like, finding himself in situations where he was being pursued, where he was like, you talk about Mia damn near got on that with him damn near. Like they was finna link at work, and then she got to wrapped around, kissing on it. And it's like, damn, I want to do this. I know I shouldn't do this, but that forbiddenness of it makes me want to do it. Going back to Jordan as well. Like it was like when she found out about it, it was like, damn, I want to do this, but the moment just ain't right type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I could see him being a switch.
Facts.
I could see him being a switch. But I think he's a switch because he has a problem with rejection and not being in control of that. If he knew it was a go, I feel like he would move differently. He moves the way he plays shit safe. He wants to play shit safe. Like, even when he comes into the house and Robin is like, oh, I apologize for the mess. And he instantly like, oh, put this over here, put this over here. Like, just be cool. Like, right. I think that's what it is. I think he doesn't like being in control. He doesn't like not having control in the situation. So if somebody comes on to him, he can control how he reacts. So that's when he kind of like the dominant, like, all right, cool. He can go from like taking a back seat to now I'm in the front seat. Right. So I could see him being a switch. I could definitely see him being a switch. Lance is very dom. Very like
ball player.
Yeah, duh. Like everything about him is dom, for sure. That, yeah. And he's super fucking sexist as well. But yeah, well
he's talking about,
yeah, because he was like, yeah, she not gonna work. All she gonna do is sit back and have my babies and take care of the house. Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool.
That little poon was untouched.
Yeah, that's insane.
Wow,
that's insane.
Damn it, man.
Did the quality of the sex scenes match like the pace and the overall quality of the film? Like, I feel like it did, because it was like the whole film I felt like was just sexual tension and build up like throughout. And even the sex, you know,
you finally got the scene. It was like
that's
an
what
explosion of all of that tension that they had built up to. Which again, and I like the way they cut the scene, because it's not like you really saw that. You just saw glimpses of face, body, reaction, response, and
but it's like all even in just the communication of it. Like, so I think about, like, you know, all of the sexual tension between Harper and Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, from when they meet each other, from not even when they meet each other, from when they see each other again, right before she gets in front of him, she like looking in the mirror, trying to see how she look or whatever, like just being like, instead of just being like, all right, cool. Like, you know, I'm just seeing a friend again. Like, there was way more than just friendship vibes between them. Like, so the build up and anticipation of all that sexual tension from college, that's a lot. That's a lot. Cause I don't know, like, I had a guy that I liked in college, and then we, like, after years after the fact, and again, everybody isn't like me. I kind of act like a man sometimes. But me, I was like, well, I ain't get it back then, so I'm kind of straight on it. Like, I just be like, nah, I be cool. Like, I be knowing, like...
Okay, how long and this gonna be a wild question, how long you done put some dick on ice? Like, damn, that, like, you seen the nigga and was like, damn, I ain't get him today, but fast forward this many months, years, whatever later.
I'm not saying that I ain't put a nigga on ice, because I've definitely put a nigga on ice. Like, for example... It's 3.
3 guys or
3 guys.
Okay.
3 guys that I for sure put on ice. And I put them on ice for years. Like, all 3 I met when I was like 13, 14. One, I didn't fuck until I was 23. The other one, I didn't fuck until I was 30. The other one, I didn't fuck until I was 31. That's a long ass time.
That's were they worth it experiences though?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like,
and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
The years go by.
Imagine waiting 10, 20 years for some hump ass.
Blue.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, why you come to me like this?
Yeah, mad as hell. But definitely, like, and it's funny because each one of those, like, it was on, like, one of them, we only had sex once. The other one, we only had sex twice. And then the other one, we had sex, like, probably a handful of times, like maybe 5. But also, out of those 3, that one that we had sex like 5 times, we started actually like dating. But yeah, and it's funny because, like, of course, we had sex the one time, and then they wanted to keep fucking, and I was like, no. And it wasn't that it wasn't good. It was just like, I've, scratch that itch. Like, that's it. Like,
facts.
I tried it. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm cool. We don't have to keep doing this, especially because it's not going anywhere. Like, why the fuck would we keep fucking? For what? What would be the means to the end? Like, what would be the end goal here? For us just to keep fucking?
Yes, niggas like to keep fucking.
I bet. I can keep fucking somebody that I'm taking serious though. Like, I'm good. And that's the thing. Like, I know sex with me is great. You wanted to experience that sex with me is great, and that's cool. I love that for you. Now you saw. But I can be giving that energy to somebody that I'm taking serious. I'm not like that. Yeah, like it's cool. Like we still, like, you still my homeboy, you still my dog. Like, cause that's how I look at it. And that's why motherfuckers be like, oh, like, one thing about me, I will friend zone you after the dick. I will friend zone you on my Mia shit. On my Mia shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna love you forever. You're such a kind friend. She was like, he was such a kind friend. That's what she said. He nailed her to the cross, and she said he was such a kind friend.
Hey man, If don't nobody, fuck your friends. And not you ain't gotta fuck all of them.
But you
fuck
gotta,
your friends.
You gotta know which ones to fuck.
Yeah, because sometimes that shit work out like that.
I said that on the episode before with Terry. I'd be like, I said, I think it was 21 questions, and I was like, yeah, I'll fuck a friend. And he like, nigga, what? That's not your friend though. Why isn't it my friend?
Yeah, it is.
I feel like
bestest friends, depending on the sex.
The best of friends, because one, I already know I like you, I could trust you, you not gonna lie to me type shit. Like, as opposed to a motherfucker where it's like, all right, cool, you putting on some kind of facade to get the pussy. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, we might fucking then decide like, no, we not fucking no more.
That's not it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just cool. Of course, you got to be careful with that, because there are men that will like, oh, I'll be your friend, and try to friend their way into some pussy. But I be, you know, like, I could kind of identify shit like that. Like, I feel like I've done that long enough. Oh, shit. I said 3. I fucked a friend before, and we was friends for like a long time.
Nice.
So
but
would that be? I don't think that would.
Did you have that intention to fuck them? That was like y'all was friends.
So that don't count. That don't count. That don't count.
Yeah.
And we fucked once. Of course, he wanted to do it again. I've never ran into a nigga that didn't want to fuck me again.
I mean,
never ran into it. But I was cool, and I was like, yeah, we don't have to do that again. We don't got to do that again. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great for me. I was good.
I performed.
Yeah, like, but I always do. Like, I just, man, look, I live for the stage. I'm a performer. Back to the movie. I feel like watching these movies, I used to always like, oh, I want to be in a movie. It just made me want to be on screen. Like, so yeah. I do want to talk about when they was playing cards and they was having guy talk. So Quentin said, he said monogamy is not natural. And if monogamy, he said it, he basically said monogamy is not natural in response to when, so Lance was talking about how like, oh, you know, I'm done fucking all these girls and I'm ready to settle down. Woo woo. Marriage is the cure to promiscuity. Like, nigga, what? What did you just say? That's insane. But Quentin was like, that shit not natural. Monogamy is not natural. And they like, what are you talking about? And he like, if monogamy was natural, why would God give us all his sperm and have women outnumber us? Like, what are we talking about here? And then, you know, like, just all of the purity talk from Lance talking about like, oh, you know, like, I'm her first, her last, and only, and she's so pure, and she my queen. She, you know, her pussy curved to my dick. That's how I know she ain't ever been with nobody else. And
that means.
Yeah, and then it's like, so Quentin is challenging him on that, talking about something. So if she did step out, how would you accept that? Like, because wouldn't she be well within her right? And he went, like, he hemmed him up. Like, he stopped talking about my little angel like that. But it's like, for you to react like that, clearly that was getting under your skin, because you know you was doing her wrong. You knew you was doing her wrong. So it was definitely interesting, like they, you know, like the ideas, the thoughts around like cheating and karma and, you know, promiscuity and fidelity and all of those things.
I think in that part, because the nigga Lance wanted to be a good guy and a traditional stand-up nigga of, like you said, especially of the 90s. I feel like you look at the core characters of what was then and now, you see a stark difference. It's a thing where it's in that traditional space, like you said, that idea of a woman being pure versus a man's promiscuity, and it's still kind of now.
The man put in his vows. Because I had to write this shit down. This man said, a woman's virtue is a man's greatest glory. Y'all ain't really got shit to be to give glory to. My virtue is your greatest glory? My coochie is your greatest. What? Yeah. What the fuck are we talking about here?
But I mean, in that sense though, Yeah.
You know what? I'm pretty sure in the moment, and that's why I be talking about the fact that we romanticize the fuck out of everything.
Sure.
Because if a man says this bullshit to me, that your virtue is my greatest glory, I'ma say, you need to go find something else to give glory to.
Nah.
You need to find something greater to give glory to.
Nah,
because I'm not saying like,
that.
oh, you know, like, of course motherfuckers like, oh, I want a woman that, you know, a motherfucker can't touch. That's cool. I get that. But it's not just one way. Facts. Don't nobody want somebody that's, you know, that's community property.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, again, move how y'all gonna move, whatever the case, but for my... What?
Because
my virtue,
they get a wretched hope. You feel me? The fact that I've been out here slaying and banging all these sluts, that shit. And wow, I still get you. Hey,
you want to know something else that was funny to me when Quentin was on the phone. Quentin was on the phone after that little scene or whatever, and he on the phone talking to a chick, right? He on the phone saying like, yeah, so you ever mess with girls?
On me.
And then he like, yeah, you have. You mess with girls. Because when I saw you, woo. And then, you know, Harper interrupt him a little bit because he trying to find a damn book. And he brush him off. Then, like, as Harper leaves to go finish searching for the book, you hear him say, okay, well, let me ask you this. Have you ever messed with two guys at the same time? Oh, like, man. Not even in high school? You asking this lady if she ever engaged in a MFM? Like, what?
We're trying to see what's to her.
Like, what? You trying to see if she overly freaky? Like, that's some freak. You a freaky ass. You a 69 nigga.
69 guy.
You a 69 guy. Sick like, you got some freaky shit going on. And I'm not mad at it because I like freaky shit.
Facts.
But that was funny to me. But also, I'm trying to like fast forward a little bit. Something else that I thought was wild was when he was on the phone talking to Robin, right? When he was in his boxers and Jordan came in, and he on the phone talking to Robin, and he sees Jordan, and he don't want to tell his girl that he love her because Jordan is right there. So Robin says, "I love you," and he. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye. Like, and hangs up. Yeah. Bro, I wouldn't have made it to that wedding. I wouldn't have made it to that wedding. I would have been cool. I don't think I would have, like, and that's why I say, like, throughout this movie, Jordan, like, Robin is being dangled. She being dangled. She being emotionally dangled. And that's crazy as hell to me. And then, you know, towards the end when Harper tells her everything, she like, I may not be perfect, but I'm strong.
She said she finna put up that shit.
You been putting, like, tell me, you strong because you been putting up with all this shit already.
With you, baby.
And here's the thing. Hell, you read that book already. You know what I'm saying? So nothing that he's saying is technically new news. So what you just feel away because he was gonna try to go get some of that nostalgia pussy. That's what it was.
Yeah, that motherfucker was gonna hit too.
It was definitely gonna hit.
She had all that motherfucking candles and the oils.
Did you see when she sprayed the air freshener then sprayed herself? Yeah, she's wild as hell for breezing her shit. Yeah, that was she's crazy, wild as I was like,
what you smell like before that?
Bro, I rewind that because I'm like, I know this motherfucker didn't just spray herself with the air freshener.
She said, fuck it. Gotta get it right.
That was insane to me. That was insane. But it's like, why did she have a plate of fucking food? What was that about? It's like, he just left a fucking bachelor party. It's like 2:00 in the morning.
She ain't know what to do.
Clearly, she didn't know what to do. She ain't had no dick in like 6 months. So she was just doing. She was just doing anything. She up in there making fucking pastor d'oeuvres and shit.
On me. Was trying to get my boy together. He came in and fucked up the vibe.
That is fucking insane. That was fucking insane. But let's go back to this whole idea that good girls don't tell.
I can't even.
Because
good girls I done fucked with.
Because here's my thing. The only difference between the good girl and the hoe the hoe is that one person you know and one person you don't. Like, you know what you getting with one. You don't know what you getting with the other. I would feel more comfortable knowing who somebody is than wondering who the fuck they is. Because like when mystique, though. That's what I'm saying. When you put, like, he put me on a pedestal. He put the pussy on a pedestal. So that's why he was, boy, he crying the whole time. He looking at her like, I can't believe this. Steady having flashbacks and shit. Like, he couldn't breathe. Like, he couldn't breathe. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't breathe. So, like, that whole idea of respectability politics and people thinking that because you pray and you go to church and you do whatever, that you can't fall from grace. You can't be human. You can't have bodily urges. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just hold you to a different standard. And I think that's wild as hell because, I mean, shit, at the end of the day, we human. Like, we're people. Like, I'm not a very judgmental ass person. Even if I judge you, I'll tell you, like, I'm judging you. Like, I wouldn't. Something about you'll know. Yeah, like, you'll know. And I'll say it like, yo, I'm judging you right now. And it takes a lot for me to even judge somebody. I'm pretty much like, all right, do what you're going to do as long as you're not hurting nobody type shit. Yeah. But it's a lot of judgy ass people. And I'm trying to, like, actually think about, like, how are the women portrayed, right, overall throughout the movie? Because nobody is a good girl, really, except Robin. And she's weak. She talk about, oh, I might not be perfect, but I'm strong. He dangled you. He emotionally dangled you the whole movie. Robin trying to fuck somebody else, man. Mia fucked her nigga fiance best friend. Shelby walks all over merch. Candy a stripper. But of course she's a stripper in college because, you know, that's why they all go, you know, they got to pay for school, right? Yeah. But. Yeah. Like you said, it wasn't really no good girls. I mean, yeah. We romanticized all them motherfuckers, though. Like, if you really, like, I'm trying to, like, you know, go back to how I perceive them. And it's funny because I want to say more recently I saw a meme or a Facebook post that said, like, so we still not going to talk about how she was the problem. Talking about Mia. Yeah, for sure. And she was my angel. That's God deals with how he deals. You funny as hell. You get to the end of the series, you see. Yeah. Like she's talking about. Yeah. Random as fuck. Not random, though. That daddy pump candy shit sent me through the fucking roof. That shit was insane to me. Like, come on, daddy. Pump candy. Like, what? Pump candy? Oh, that was a boy. They pumped his pants. That's a wild ass. That's a wild ass shit to say. But since, like, being on the topic of the bachelor party, it's wild as hell to try to sneak off in the bathroom to read a book at your bachelor party. That ass was not assing. The titties weren't tittying. Cause why you ran off to read a novel, nigga? You running off to read a fictitious. Nah. Yeah, he knew what he knew. They be talking about women's intuition, but niggas be having intuition. Yeah. I thought he was gonna, you know, like, and it's like even how they kind of like did the build up at their like rehearsal dinner or whatever, and she was like, none of this would be possible for not our friend, our counselor Harper, and then they showing Lance look at her as she do like this to, and he like. But also, you know, again, those seeds are being planted in the viewer's head I feel like Lance was so high on his horse that that wasn't even no, and I think that's why I fucked him up the most, because it's like such a dominant person. It's like a nigga bested me, and then it's this nigga that I know who I didn't probably got hella bitches, and I'm sure he get hoes, you know what I'm saying? Sure. But
Like, no, he was never supposed to conquer my castle, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like,
how did you feel about him crying at the altar?
I mean, I feel like I ain't gonna stunt.
I feel like she, of course, the wife, Mia seeing Lance cry, she like, oh, he's so happy, he's in love. Girl,
bitch.
This man.
Domestic on this altar.
Like, cause he's heartbroken. He is conflicted.
Carl Thomas for sure.
He's feeling
so emotional.
like I was gonna say I wish I never met her.
Hey,
all the Carl Thomases. He was an emotional nigga.
He was.
But
me.
but yeah, like that was crazy to me. Like the fact that he kept again, this is just his imagination of what happened. We don't like the sex probably wasn't as lit as Lance imagined it to be.
It was that lit. The only reason I say it like that is cause
it's forbidden
I feel
sex.
like, yeah, and she was able to keep quiet about it. I feel like if that shit was like weak, trash, the dynamic of the friendship wouldn't have been. I feel like she said, that shit was exactly what the fuck she needed it to be at the time she needed it to be. That shit touched her soul. And so, like she say, our counselor, he counseled that coochie. Fuck is I'm a coochie counselor.
I'm a coochie counselor is the name of this episode.
Like, come on,
I'm a coochie counselor.
My nigga did what he did.
Wow.
So,
yeah. You know what? I don't think I could let this
one.
I don't think I could let this one just stay on Patreon with that title because that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Real. Oh man. I wanted Harper and Jordan to fuck.
Yeah. I think that would have been a good scene.
He was like, can we at least hold each other?
After he came in fucking shit up. You fucking I ain't gonna even start. I would have came with that bitch ass whooped that all.
Hilarious. Like, yeah, it's like y'all shouldn't have been talking.
Baby, you here now.
Y'all shouldn't have been talking. Y'all shouldn't have been talking. And that's the thing too, because I think, like, of course, I'm obviously not Jordan. Me and Jody and Jordan are two totally different types of bitches. But let me tell y'all how my reimagining would have been. If I knew I wanted some dick, I'm not finna ask you what happened. Not even. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold
you. Wait. I still want the pussy, but bitch, be concerned about my life. I just came in here with a well-whooped ass. At least be what's to you. Like, I could have brought them niggas is outside your house right now.
No. Let me tell you my reimagining. All right. I would have told you, like, we don't have to talk about this right now. Okay. Let me take care of you. Oh. Lay down.
Bitch, I need to talk.
Bitch, I need to talk.
Oh, me. This bitch fucked up. Oh, me. I still would have tried to get that pussy, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, yeah.
So you would have made me talk.
Nah. Once
that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm like, let me take care of you.
Once to take care,
we don't have to talk about this right now. I could tell that it's too, Yeah. It's you two in the moment right now.
If I was hitting when I was hitting from the back, I would have cried though. I would have been in that bitch getting that. Oh, just my best friend. My best friend, bitch. What is you talking about? You weren't
crying and think about that shit when you fucked her.
And I was not. What is you talking about?
So no, cause that no.
You don't think it's sweat though? It'll be all good.
Yeah,
you don't feel that shit hit your back.
And when he came in, she was like, "You was really messing with the groove up in here." First of all, you just sprayed yourself with air freshener. Relax.
I'm about the groove, not that groovy, bitch.
Relax.
I'm about it's not that groovy.
Because that is insane to me. Like, that is insane. I don't know who idea that was to be like, spray yourself with the air freshener. Like, what?
That's how anxious she was.
Never.
Just doing anything.
I ain't never. Never felt like I had to spray and then spray myself.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck is that smell? He was mad as hell. was big dude.
She had some fucking African ginger root or some shit like that. She was trying to create some fucking
set the mood in
yeah.
That she was trying to set a fertility ritual.
That is insane. And those type of people you don't fuck.
Facts.
Those type of people you don't fuck. And she was like, no, before the bachelor party, she was like, this our night, and I know you feel it too. Like, I feel like he was gonna give you some dick. Like, men are simple. You ain't even have to like over sauce it or whatever. You knew he wasn't gonna turn that up. Like,
but he had a lady though. She ain't. I feel like in that case, like, cause niggas, I ain't gonna stunt. Niggas be wanting to be good guys.
But that's what I'm saying. He could have easily he could have straight up said no. All he said was, Robin's coming tomorrow. He ain't say, no, I'm not on that. I'm trying to be this for my. He didn't say none of that shit. When somebody is not really on that with you, he'll be like, look, I got a girl. I'm not on that. Robin will be here tomorrow. I ain't asked when your bitch will be here. I ain't even asked that. Why you talking to me about shit I ain't asked about?
Cause my boy ass.
Because clearly
he want to be right.
Robin will be here tomorrow. She kissed him. Again, that's why I say she a voyeur, because it's clearly something about him being somebody else, nigga. But
that's why I said he liked to be prey, because she literally preyed on that nigga, and he was with it to a degree. He was with it till the point of like, but I'm really a stand-up guy, because he done already fucked his homie bitch.
Facts.
Now he just didn't want to keep fucking up based off his sexual urges and shit.
Sexual
even though
urges is crazy.
Alone, I would have had to. Like,
have you experienced like a situation similar to like, because it's only one sex scene, so whether it be the sex scene, well, there's one actual sex scene and two implied sex scenes. You have the implied sex scene at the beginning when they sit in the tub with those fucking rose petals, and then you have the end where Quentin and Shelby fuck on some drunk shit. Now, you don't drink, so I'm pretty sure you never woke up next to a bitch and was like, not you, bitch. Like,
I've woke up sober. It was like, what did I do? Why am I here?
That is insane.
Yeah.
I've never experienced the Shelby and Quentin situation.
Yeah.
Definitely not like, oh, I hate you, and then we just like, nah, that was.
But I feel like that goes back to that forbidden passion. That
definitely
like,
the forbidden
life,
part. Yeah,
you ain't supposed to like.
Yep.
So
I could see that.
I feel like even in not finishing your question, I feel like in a space where it's like I've had sex with, I ain't gonna even say women, I'm gonna say a woman in particular, that bitch know who she is, and I don't even be like that, but wasn't supposed to be, but that shit was everything that it needed to be. Like, and that shit, again, I feel like, and for me, it's only fucked up because unless it's non-consensual, I don't think any sex is forbidden. I think people should fuck who they want to fuck. Like, unless, you know, again, consensually, of course, hey, do your fucking thing. Like, I feel like there should be no stipulations in that space. It's just me. Like, I feel like if you know that you can control yourself and keep yourself together in a space, hey, have your fun, B. Like, do your shit.
Yeah. I have code. There are certain people I wouldn't fuck for certain reasons. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't fuck my best friend's baby daddy.
Facts. So what I'm
what
I'm saying is,
I don't care how much a motherfucker might want
what I'm saying is two people who.
But also, I will say this: I would never want to like.
Right. That's that the part.
Would never.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, come on now. I will say this: me and my best friends don't even have the same type. Yeah, we do not. Yeah. Like, some niggas that they be, you know, like, I be like, I wouldn't let him fucking touch my toe. Like, I wouldn't let him. He can't massage my toe. Like, he can't. Like, after I walked around in dirt on it, he can't touch my feet. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had different types. We might think like, oh, we both like might find somebody attractive, woo woo. But typically, in terms of like the people we actually end up like pursuing and dating, our niggas be totally different. Yes. And yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I recently went on a date with a guy that I know my best friend like. And so our correspondence was very funny around it, because this guy likes me. Right? And I've just kind of been like, okay, cool. Like, you cool and everything. Like, I'm not really on nothing with you. But he asked me out and I said, yeah. Now, before he asked me out and I said, yeah, my best friend was like, I know, he told you in the past that he liked you. I'm thinking about giving him some pussy. And I was like, do your shit. Now, she didn't reach out to him when she said that. A week later, it just so happened that he reached out to me and said, I want to take you out. I text my best friend and I say, look, he taking me out. I told him, yeah. And the correspondence was funny because she was like, now you're not finna get this man no pussy. I'm gonna hit him up and say, you're not gonna give him no pussy, but I will. And I was like, I'll do you one better. I'll tell him as the night progresses, if you want some pussy, I got somebody for you.
I know where to get some pussy.
I know where to get. I have pussy waiting on you, and I'll even watch. When I tell you, my best friend was laughing at me because she like, why the fuck are you like this? Yeah. But also, we have a really good relationship where it's like, it would never be a situation where I'd be like, oh, I gotta kind of go behind her back and whatever. Like, no, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how I feel about the situation, and I'm gonna, let that be known.
So going back to what I said in regards to people should be able to fuck whoever they want to, I feel like.
But I bring that up because, like, some bitches be weird, saying, like, oh, I used to talk to him, or he liked me, or whatever. Like, no, I'm not one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, because motherfuckers be trying to own every fucking body.
That's what I was about to say. What I was finna, and I'll just keep it simple. 90%, more than 90% of sex is communication, whether that be verbal, non-verbal, whatever the case may be. So, in that space, as long as we're communicating in a healthy way for both of us, or comfortable way, because a lot of these bitches don't really be too healthy these days.
For sure.
But understanding that if we communicate with one another what we got going on and how we moving in that space, hey, sex should be free. It shouldn't be forbidden. But we understand in those feelings of knowings and damn, I shouldn't be hitting this bitch. But sometimes you fall into those plays.
That shit hit different. It hit different.
And I hate saying that shit because, like, I don't like.
People like doing shit that they not supposed to do. Like, the thrill of it. Like, even Simba.
Not fucking Simba.
His ass was like, ooh, you want to go to the elephant graveyard? Like, why the fuck would anybody want to go to it? Why? Why? She's an elephant. What? Yeah. She got super fucking excited because they knew they ass was going outside of Pride Rock. You knew you was not supposed to be your ass over there where the hyenas be at.
Kicking
and you went
laughing and shit.
Yes, right. Trying to go over there where you weren't supposed to be, getting in trouble and shit. But the excitement of it, the thrill of, I know I'm not supposed to do this, I'm finna do it anyway. I've always been one of them people where it was like, I know I'm not supposed to do this, I'm finna do this anyway. I've been like that since a kid. I'm a problem.
And it's crazy though, for me, I've never had that urge. I'm definitely they be my rules, but I got rules. Like, I like to follow rules. They may not be everybody else's and how I'm supposed to, but I ain't never really been a nigga who was like, oh man, I gotta do this because it's wrong.
Right.
So it's like, when I found myself in that situation where it's like, damn, you hitting this bitch, you shouldn't be hitting this bitch. It's like, damn, I'ma stop. But I don't want to stop.
Yeah. I've had quite a few moments where, more often than I would love to admit, where I was like, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah. Oh man. What else do we have to talk about when it comes to this movie? I think that's really it. Like, is there anything else that you wanted to address? Because I feel like we talked about everything.
Yeah, that was especially for the one sex scene, but like you said, the surrounding tension around it, and I think that's what really made the movie sexy. Even, you know what I'm saying? You got all these attractive black people damn near in a space where, like you said, the sexual tension is real.
Everybody was sexy.
Motherfuckers knew secrets and all that different type of shit, to where is it built up that interest of shit. When Mia did get her nut off in that little scene, you was like, oh yeah, this is it. Fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, because as much fucking as Lance
talked about and
we never
exuded
see. We don't even see him with his shirt off.
Yeah, on me. It was, and that's the thing. It was a very clean movie for the most part. It wasn't. It talked and alluded to sex. Yeah, but
because even if you listen to the actual words that were written in the book, he never says anything about sex. He says, "Oh, Jackson, his character in the book, Jackson resisted."
Yeah, he lied.
He very much lied. They just cuddled. Yes, he said they cuddled and he kissed her on the forehead. He wrote with his words, his pen to paper, his fucking fingers to keyboard. We cuddled and I kissed her on the forehead. Lance's imagination, he cracked her from the back and she was biting the covers.
Yeah, that's because niggas know what they know.
That is an interesting translation.
Because I know my bitch.
And he said, kiss to the frontal lobe. I know how to read between the lines, motherfucker.
You hear me? Like, come on now. Why you so gentle with this bitch? Yeah. You was only that gentle because of what you did. So you had to, make it up.
That's
nigga,
insane.
You know what you know.
Yeah, but it's like all of them knew that because Jordan was like, that forehead kiss shit, you almost got me with that. It's like, damn, like, I ain't never, here's the thing. A man ain't never kissed me on the forehead and I'll be like, oh, I want to give him the draws. Like, I want to fuck him. Like, I've never been in that situation. I will say that. A forehead kiss has never, like, overly done it for me.
Well, I feel like, because it's when it's, I've never kissed the bitch on the forehead and then proceeded to give her dick. The dick got a dick first, to where the bitch is all weak and sensitive.
But that's what I'm saying. They were making it seem like that was his way in, which also, that's why I said he played shit safe, because he didn't go in for a kiss. He forehead kisses and then waits for them. You know what I'm saying? Now, the situation with Mia, of course, she kissed him on the,
But he came in, he did kiss her. I think he kissed her on the cheek when amongst the entry. And then he sat down at the desk, and that's when she came, wrapped around him, got to all in his shit. It was like, she ready.
Oh, yeah. That was insane. Because why the fuck was she there? Because it looked like they was at his crib. Yeah. Like, was this one of them moments where, like, oh, shoulder to cry on, Lance is out cheating on me.
Coochie counselor.
Because I'm gonna take a shower, because it definitely looked like she had on like his robe, because that looked like a manly robe that she had on. So yeah, she was probably crying and whatnot, and then he was like, oh, come over, let's talk. I got
some cock you can cry on.
I got some cock you can cry on is insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm wondering, remember the moment where Lance came to Harper and he was like, oh man, I ain't talked to her in a week, yada, yada, yada. I wonder if Harper fucked her before or after. If he fucked her before that, and you let this man walk in your house and pray on your floor within a week of fucking his... Amen. But even if you did that shit after...
Especially if you did it after, I feel like. Because now I done seen you talking to God about this bitch, and I'm just like, hey...
I'm still finna clap her.
You hear me?
Finna get these...
I'm finna see... I'm trying to see what the prayer was about.
Yeah, she finna get these church hands. Yeah. Like, that is insane. Oh man, this is a dope episode. Sure. This is another good episode. Skinemax with your girl, Jody Provocative, and
Precious.
And of course, continue to stay up to date with all things provocative. Follow me on Instagram. That's JODYPRHOE, Jody PR Ho. And y'all, provocative was ranked these last couple weeks is 135 and 119. So I'm excited about that. The downloads are up. So yeah, continue to stream. Continue to review, rate the show, share with people that will love it, because the goal before the year out is to be in the top 100.
Facts.
So yeah, I see that for me too. Definitely got some more exciting news to come. Can't talk about it just yet, but once it's solidified, you guys will be in the loop. And yeah, you got anything for them?
Nah, just follow me at Precious Guys, PRECIOUSGODZ on Instagram, Facebook, just to keep up with whatever I got going on.
And yeah, that's it. We out.
Peace.